Hello everyone and welcome back. We're leaving the castle and headed east to
Tungelli.
and
Rotubayasit.
let me know what you think about that pronunciation help. Thank you everyone, super appreciate you. I met this sweet doggy at the park. That's my glasses case by him. I must have dropped it and in the night he picked it up, and this is what he did when I went over to pick up the case. He was such a sweet guy. Look at that face. And he came over and was kind of following me around. I had fed him and a couple other dogs the night before, and then I fed him again that morning. And as I was leaving the park, I saw that one of the other dogs that I had fed had been hit by a car and was dead in the road, and it made me so sad. So I quickly started climbing and the scenery really changed. It was so beautiful, and eventually I arrived to
Tungelli.
It's a gorgeous city, and it looks like it has a huge university. And at this checkpoint, these two women, they weren't 100% sure what to do with me, but gave them my passport, and we got to talking and sharing my adventures. And eventually they scanned the QR code of my bike and following me on YouTube, and they were letting other cars by and stuff. And it was a really fun interaction. They were super sweet, and we just had a good time trying to communicate the best we could. And it was just another great Turkish interaction. So much fun and such kind people. She made the round the world symbol there with her finger, the universal pantomime. But even though this took a while and I had to show them my passport and stuff like that, it was still a super fun checkpoint. And if I'm going to have to show my paperwork, this is the best way to do it. Yeah, have fun and to share an interaction along the way. And so, like I said, they're letting other traffic by, and eventually they had what they needed, and I zipped up and took off. And I have 2 more followers on my YouTube channel. So really fun. There she is, scanned the QR code. Really great. And here's a cyclist that I saw going up the road. I saw a few cyclists in here, and it was a very different feel, this area. Lots of stuff in the medians and roundabouts, really fun, those decorations. And like I said, the scenery really started to change. These heavily forested, vegetated hillsides, and kind of started up this river valley. So beautiful, that blue water down in the valley. There's another bicyclist, and these rock formations coming out of the trees. And then this route had a ton of tunnels. My GoPro died, so I didn't get to record all of them. But there were so many of these cool tunnels, and I think most of them were there to prevent rock slide. But it was so much fun to zip in and out of them, and again, this winding river valley and beautiful rock formations. What a gas. This was a great stretch of road. And if you're ever in the area, you absolutely need to do this. And look at this rock face, so much fun, so beautiful. And the sequential tunnels, a lot of fun. And then when I found a good spot, I pulled over and took a couple of pictures of the bike, because my mom is always asking for pictures of the motorcycle. I think she carries them in her wallet and shows them to all of her friends, because she loves my motorcycle so much. And eventually I arrived in, and it made for a shorter day of riding. I think I was only on the bike for 5 hours that day, and it was really nice just to take it easy and enjoy the ride. And more crazy Turkish driving, and I was actually going the wrong way on that one way again. But this hotel I stayed in there, I don't know the name of it, but you see it right there. What a nice place. The people that worked there were so great. That's the bike all buttoned up for the night. And I went out and had a lovely meal, which was actually pretty inexpensive too. And my tummy still wasn't 100%, but this really hit the spot. That soup was outstanding. And this is a vegetable stand that I saw on the way, really nice. Then the next day I headed out again. And this time I was gonna get fuel before I left town. The last time I didn't get fuel, I got to meet those people, and it worked out. It was really great. And I'm kind of glad that I had that little adventure, but it was also nice to have fuel and not worry about it. And again, snow-capped peaks in the distance and beautiful scenery on this ride too. So, there's a castle in this town. Look at that big old castle up there. And of course the huge Turkish flag. Really fun. Such history here in these rock formations. And we're gonna see these motorcyclists again and again. I think they're on KLRs, I think, don't quote me on that. But they're zipping around, and I'm just taking my time and enjoying the day. It was so beautiful. And here they were pulled over, so you can't really tell, but I give them a thumbs up to kind of question if they're okay, and he gives me a high sign back, so I blazed out of there, and there's two of them. If they need anything, they could probably figure it out better than me. But again, this beautiful roads and just so much fun. Everything was so green, and these jagged rock formations against the rolling grassy hillsides, just gorgeous. Take a few minutes out of your day and just enjoy this footage. So in this area, the canyon got a little steeper, a little more narrow, and really dramatic, so beautiful. And as I was going along, it started to open up into these vast alpine hills, and I was like, I would have loved to have camped here. If I would have known this was here, I would have pushed through a little bit further and tried to camp in this area, because this is just spectacular. And I saw 3 other motorcycle riders that were on bikes like mine. I was like, yeah, you knew that this was the good stuff. And look, there's water there on the right, and this gorgeous hillsides. Just loved it to no end. And some of these hills, like this big hill up ahead, so reminded me of like British Columbia. These big hills, mountains coming up. And there was this gorgeous mosque. It was really nice in this beautiful setting. Look at this. This is like a BC, British Columbia hillside, just like a big old hill out there. And some snow up there in the mountaintops. Really gorgeous. And then I get back into another little canyon. Look at this stuff. So I had another shorter day of riding, so I pulled over to enjoy this and to really soak it in, get some other pictures, and get down to the water's edge and spend some time and soak up the beautiful scenery. And Turkey is such a great country. Look how gorgeous this is, so lush, and just there were wildflowers all over too. Hard to see in this picture, but and this stream is really flowing. Quite a bit of snow melt coming off of there, I think. But what a great area to camp and just enjoy the outdoors. And look at this beautiful beast. Look how beautiful that beast is. And then we hop back on and head on down the road. Then as I popped out of the canyon, there was this great big mountain over on the left. And look at that thing. I wonder how high that is, because that's a big peak. And then I saw this sign for Iran. Oh, that's cool. So cool. And we'll get there later. And my windscreen on my helmet was just like packed full of bugs. And so I was looking for a place to wash it off, and pulled in here, and I typed to this guy, I need to clean the windscreen. And he looked on the bike. I was like, no, on the helmet. So he like totally took me inside, and I washed it in his sink, waving goodbye. And of course he said, sit down, have tea. And I head in. Oh, look out for all the traffic hazards. There's all kinds of stuff on the road. And, I think that's a trout. There's probably trout fishing here too. Look at these beautiful, wide open green valleys. Love it so much. Such a great area. And that's Mount Ararat. That's one of the first times I saw Mount Ararat. Another friendly Turkish person. And I love mountains anyway, but Ararat, mentioned in the Bible, that's where the ark landed in the Old Testament, and really neat. And here's a fun interaction as I enter another really great checkpoint. I pray they all go like this in the future. Have a listen. Hello.
Hello. Where are you from?
I am from America.
America?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. That's the way I love it. Look at it. That's some good advertising right there. And look at all the motorcycles and scooters and things. Millions and millions of them in Turkey. And here's some very creative and fun Turkish travel again. These city streets, they're more like a video game than driving in the United States, that's for sure. So much fun. Just got to keep your eyes open and your head on a swivel. So while I was planning this trip, I knew I wanted to see Mount Ararat, and I found this hostel near here called the Ark Hostel, and contacted those folks, and they were so insanely helpful. This place is a 12 out of 10. It is fantastic. If you ever have the opportunity, stay here.
You can tent.
Hello, yeah, tent.
Okay. I can show you. You can come for motorcycle.
You want to take this?
Yeah.
So nice, such incredible service. The facilities are so clean. They have everything you need. This is the place you need to land.
BMW.
And I don't know if he actually likes BMW or was just trying to get on my good side. Either way, he got on my good side. Thanks so much for tagging along for this stretch. Please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Here's a list of those awesome supporters and a little parting shot of Mount Ararat. More of that to come in the next episode. Peace and love to you all.